Hello, lovelies. I'm gonna speak a bit more louder in this, and also, sorry for not posting yesterday. I was actually very busy. So, here it is. I'm gonna skip like a few months where if the people has done something bad, like bad to Midoriya, are now back into UA, as well as Ida. But now only he knows that he's done something bad, and is slowly losing that memory over time because he apologized to Midoriya. And yeah, I know it kind of sounds like not as good as how it was before, but Deku is a nice guy, so I'm trying to make it fit to his personality. Okay, so there's a lot of people still in UA because Midoriya wants all of them to suffer for what they done to him. Except Ida, because he apologized already. And I believe Sue as well. Actually, no, Sue did not go to the grave and apologize. So, all the Class 1A members are there. If I say some were not there and some were actually taken out, Deku has forced them all classes, to go in school. Go into this school because Deku wants to punish them all for what they done. By hallucinations and other stuff. As Deku disguised himself as another person. A guy with black hair and brown eyes. Hold on, I'm gonna show a picture. Here it is. And his quirk allows him, well, quote unquote quirk, allows him to shapeshift into this. I kinda ran out of ideas, but I think this is good enough. So, actually, no, I didn't run out of ideas. This is actually how it was supposed to look. So, Deku walks into UA saying that he's a transfer student from Russia. Since there was a transfer student from America, how about if I make one from Russia? Even though Deku is completely lying. Even though it hurts Deku to lie, he lies his entire way up to standard points. And so Deku lies, and he does pull off a very good Russian accent. I cannot do a Russian accent, so I'm gonna just speak normally so you guys could understand. So Deku literally lies to Principal Nezu and other staff members as well as UA students. They see him as a bad boy because Deku's like very harsh, very rude, talks back to the teacher, kind of like Bakugo, but a bit nicer. Well, actually nicer than Bakugo. He does stick up for others, and then he does talk back. Deku walks into class 1A saying, "Hello, I'm the new transfer student," in a Russian accent. As he said, "I am from Russia. I learned a bit of Japanese so I could understand you guys a bit more. And also talk in your language." As Deku stays quiet, as other students are like flabbergasted, and Mr. Aizawa said he is the new transfer student from Russia, as he said. He will be joining us today because he heard some good things about UA. As other people thought in their mind, yeah, he hasn't heard a thing, has he? So, let's continue. As Deku continues to lie his way to other people. lying about everything, lying about his past, his future. He lies about himself. And yet it hurts him, but he doesn't actually care. Because these people lied to him once, so why can't he lie to them? As Deku continues to lie until he meets Uraraka. As he says hello in a Russian accent. Actually, no. Deku says hello in Japanese, trying to speak to her. As she just looks at him and immediately gets saddened. Because Deku's facial features, well, this guy's facial features look like Deku's. And it hurt her. As Mr. Aizawa said, okay, Mjolnir, you going? You know what, I'm gonna just leave him blank because Deku's not gonna stay in that form for long. So Deku literally goes, sits behind Bakugo, and other people look at this and immediately get memories of Deku looking up at the teacher and studying exactly a few seconds after. And it does hurt them, and the only one who could see through Deku's disguise is Ida. But he keeps his mouth shut, because when Deku said hello to him, he also did the shushing noise, saying that Ida should stay quiet. And Ida understands that Deku's doing this as a punishment, to keep others in reminder that he is dead, and it's their fault. As weird stuff happens, more usual than before at UA. The UA building has several power outages out of nowhere, even though it's perfectly good outside. Mainly in Class 1A, there's a power outage in the class, but outside in the hallways, there's power everywhere. Mr. Aizawa just thinks that it was a student trying to do a prank and blames Hagakure because she has an invisibility quirk. And then Momo said, Mr. Aizawa, Hagakure was not here. Is not here, so Mr. Aizawa just thinks it's Midoriya because he wants to do something to us, but I think he's running out of ideas. But he's not running out of ideas, he's just plotting for a bigger revenge. As then, a couple weeks after, the boiler room in UA explodes, causing a massive fire through the air vents as well. As the building slowly catches on fire and the people were evacuated, UA was burning to the ground. Mr. Aizawa and the other teachers did a head count, and Mr. Aizawa said that he's missing one of his students. Hagakure says she's here, running out of the building in a huff puff, and he sees burn marks on her invisible skin because the burn marks are visible while she is not. Recovery Girl treats her wounds, and then Mr. Aizawa did another head count and saying that he's still missing another student. And they realize the new transfer student is now missing. As Deku makes the fire roar and roar in the sky by making it go faster and more hotter, to the point where it knocked out several of the teachers, students, and staff members. As they shapeshift out of the form and leave a now decayed body, mainly a repurposed decayed body that now is burned. And then Deku decided to make the building go even farther by causing some of the windows to shatter and causing debris to fall on the classes. As Deku's making more and more of a ruckus, causing the building to collapse on one side, glass and window panes shatter, the doors roar with flames and smoke. As the only thing that is standing is one of the pillars leading to the principal's office and other classrooms. As all the students and staff members saw all the hard work that they done gone, they see the building that was once supposed to be a very talented building for creating the best heroes, now demolished by flames and now regretted by even the citizens. Even though it was recorded live, not a lot of people really cared, because that place was supposed to be to make the great heroes, but since Midoriya's death, they shunned it out from the world. Even the heroes that were made from that place were shunned from the world, because of they know what they did to one specific person, and it caused them to, lose their life. As Deku literally makes the fire roar and roar as smoke and debris are still falling from the last building that was standing, as Deku decided that was enough and caused a helicopter full of water to dump water onto now the destroyed UA. The students are now very depressed because they saw all their hard work go down the drain by fire. And then they realized the boiler room did not explode naturally. Well, did not go out naturally. It was shot at. So they were questioning, this was after everything happened. One of the pillars were still there. They looked everywhere. They started trying to rebuild, but since they did not have a lot of funding, it was hard to rebuild a building that was now lost through time. And they were almost gonna give up, but Deku decided to help them out by one way: make the dorm rooms and get Principal Nezu the idea to evaluate the students in the dorm rooms. I think that's enough.